Now, broadcasters are seeing an uptick in viewership from previous Olympic Games. 29 million people watched the opening ceremony in the United States. That's the highest figure since London 2012. The previous Summer Games in 21 in Tokyo drew a multi-decade low. But then there was concerns and all of these sort of issues. Now, the Olympic Broadcasting Service, the OBS, is trying to make sure we all see as much as possible. 11,000 hours of content will be produced. 11,000 hours. But bearing in mind, that's double what was in 2012. And this is all in 2 weeks. This is more than most people do in a year. The company distributes its footage to rights holders across the globe. It's 8,000 people, but the fascinating part, dozens of drones and 1,000 cameras. Also, this year using cinematic lenses, augmented reality and artificial intelligence to improve its product. Yiannis Exarchos is the CEO of the OBS. We spoke 4 years ago. We've got to stop meeting like this. Every 4 years, we have a chat about this. Listen, the core point is, this is bigger, more adventurous, using more technology than ever before. Is this the most complex broadcasting operation you've seen?
Richard, first of all, thank you very, very much for having me, and good evening. Actually, we did talk 3 years ago because the Games of Tokyo were delayed by a year because of the pandemic. And you remind me of that night we spoke right after the opening ceremony of Tokyo, which was, in one hand, very warm because all the best athletes of the world came together for years, but there were no spectators. Now, coming to Paris, the situation is very, very different on many different fronts. Yes, by absolute numbers and by the setup, yes, this is the most complex production we have ever done. I believe it's the most complex and the wider in scope coverage, television coverage that happens anywhere in the world. You said correctly the numbers. We will produce 11,000 hours of content during these 17 days in order to feed the digital beast. The fact that people want to consume content in different ways, different type of content for different demographics. The Olympics is the most universal event, so we need to do all that.
Right, and the distribution methods using the cloud and this, that and the other, the national rights holders, including our own, of course, Eurosport and Warner Brothers Discovery, which is a major rights holder this time, the ability to satisfy all the demands and this new or this growing concept of the athlete's emotion. How difficult is that to capture the athlete's emotion?
It is increasingly easier, I would say, and I thank you for including in one question the two fundamentals, technology and the athlete's emotion, because what we do in the Olympics is not showcasing technology. We are using technology and sometimes cutting-edge technology, but to release and to capture, rather, the emotions of the athletes, because those move the whole world. Technology is helping us a lot, first of all, to address the huge scaling issue of the Games. The competition of the Games, 3,800 hours. And we need to distribute all this content to broadcasters, to hundreds of broadcasters around the world. And technologies like the cloud technology that we adopted, I think that we were among the most aggressive early adopters of that back in 2018, is helping us a lot in scaling this immense project, in being able to distribute more content in more different formats to more of our broadcasters, including obviously Warner's Discovery, who are the major broadcaster across most European territories.
So, can I just ask you though, the AI advantage that you're now integrating along with virtual, I obviously understand that there are issues and difficulties and it has to be managed. But let's be positive. AI is going to give you the ability, and is giving you the ability, to do highlights in a much more dramatic fashion.
AI is a big enabler in many things. First of all, for things that are directly visible to the viewers, you will see, you have already started seeing in some of the coverage that we use some 360 degrees replays that are enabled by AI technology. Otherwise, they would take a very, very long time. You will see in our data more help for people to understand what is exactly going on, but also huge efficiencies in terms of workflows for the broadcasters. You mentioned the case of the automated highlights, which we are doing with our partner Intel, which provides the broadcasters the opportunity to customize and produce within seconds highlight based on AI and feed the digital platforms, feed social and so on. So AI is a huge enabler. I'm not saying that it's a solution to everything, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have very significant challenges. We're taking a measured approach to that, but of course it's a technology that we fully embrace.
In 4 years, let's hope you and I speak again before 4 years is up, but in 4 years, you'll be in the home of Hollywood with a whole new raft of things in Los Angeles. Thank you, sir. I'm grateful for your time tonight. Good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you so much, and I hope the world comes closer together with these Olympic Games. We need it in these times.